Hello, welcome to the ESSB Honors Program podcast. So my name is Alex. I'm from Taiwan, and I'm studying MISOC, which is Management of International Social Challenges. And today, Leo is here with me. So Leo, would you mind introducing yourself?
Yes, so I'm Leo. I'm from Germany originally, but I'm also studying MySoc, just as Alex, and we've both been participating in the ESSB honors program this year.
Amazing. So Leo, what's your opinion about the ESSB Honors Program this year?
I've been enjoying it quite a lot. It has obviously been quite different than the previous years, as the majority was online of it. But it was really a great experience. It was better than expected. I didn't, in the first place, even expect to join it. But yes, I had a really great time. How about you, Alex?
Yeah, I really feel the same, mainly because I get to know so many students from many studies from the faculty, and the topics are very diverse and very unique and interesting. So I really loved it, and yeah, I think we talked about that. I think the most enriching experience within this program is the research internship
Yeah,
that we,
sure.
yeah. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think it's the most one of the most hands-on and practical experiences we get during the honors program, but maybe also arguably during our studies. So that's been super cool. What have you been doing for your research project this year?
Yeah, I really agree with that. So my research internship it's from the Erasmus Initiative, and it's called Vital Cities and Citizen. And within that, it's the theme is called uh, inclusive cities and citizens. So it's all about diversity and inclusiveness in Rotterdam. So this research is really mainly focused on Rotterdam, and we want to find out what diversity means to Rotterdam. So that's the main theme. And what about yours, Theo? What have you been doing?
So for my research internship, I didn't get to work on one specific project, but rather a couple of different things at once. But I guess mainly I started building a digital library of literature relating to concepts such as geographical imagination, place identity, and regionalization, which has been super cool. But I've also got the chance to take part in certain activities related to EMISCO, which is an international research network focusing on migration. And there I just got to gain more insight on also practical publishing processes and academic debates on the role of race in migration studies. So that's been super, super interesting.
That sounds really interesting. Like MISCO, I've also worked for MISCO for a little bit for the event, and they're doing really great work in migration research. It's also a little bit related to my internship, and yeah, it's also about diversity and inclusivity and migration. Yeah. So what more specifically have you been doing for task, for example, in your job?
Yeah, so as I said, the focus was really on building a digital library. So we've, during our studies, of course, we've been introduced to writing literature reviews and searching in the literature. But it has definitely added a new layer of understanding for me personally. Um, and it's been super interesting to look into these concepts and also understand literature reviews in a more practical sense, in the sense of publishing and what it means, for example, to publish in different journals and how that then is related to the scope of your literature review. And yeah, so that's been super interesting and sort of the main thing I've been slowly working on. Take some time. And yeah, I've also really enjoyed, and I had the honor of participating or following the anti-racism working group at EMISCO.
Wow.
and listening to their discussions on, as I said, the role of race and migration studies and in European national contexts, and then following those and writing web posts about those sessions to communicate it to those who weren't able to join. So that's those were like the two main tasks I was involved in, and that was super interesting. How about you, Alex?
That sounds really, really interesting. And yeah, it's very practical as well. It's not just research. And that is exactly also why I love my research internship, because it's pretty practical. Like um, the whole project, the main project is called Vital Cities and Citizens, as I mentioned, and it's all about vitalism, this concept of vitalism, and also paradigm shift. So it kind of means we want to empower people. We want to listen to the people and what they want, what they think about diversity, what they think about inclusivity. So we really engage in conversation with the citizens in Rotterdam from different ethnic backgrounds, different sexuality, different culture, um, to share their story, and to share what they think about Rotterdam diversity. So I've been doing a lot of interviews, also observation, and mainly with civil organizations. So, for example, we interviewed Rotterdam Pride. We interview some foundations, Dig It Up, and yeah, these are all grassroots organizations from different kind of background, and they represent different kind of population in the city. So that's super interesting, and we've been trying to map out the connection between these organizations and see how they interact with each other. And so this is how we understand Rotterdam's diversity and identity. And so this is a very new project, and it's very experimental, but it's also ongoing. So actually, after this year, I'm gonna stay in the research and keep working for the research for another half year, and because I find it very fascinating, exciting, and I want to see what's gonna happen next. So I'm gonna stay in this. Yeah.
But it's super cool. That's it sounds like an amazing project, and I feel like that's sort of where our two projects overlap a bit. I think this sense of looking at urban spaces and the diversity within them, I think is just super interesting, and of course super relevant. So yeah, super cool project.
Exactly.
Also amazing that you can join for another couple of months. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what's important to learn from our both of our internship is that research could be very practical. Do you agree with that? Like research could be very practical, and it could be fun, it could be experimental, but also it it's yeah, it's a way of empowering people, but also it's it could be fun, right? Like
Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
But I think that's the way research should also ideally be. I think not only looking at the theoretical side of things, but also, putting it into practice, interacting with the people, and really establishing a connection between academics and research, but also the real world and applications of that knowledge. So yeah, I totally agree.
exactly. It's really about making bridges between the people, between students, between the citizens, between different cultures. And I think that's what science is about. That's what science has a power, and that's a power of research to the society, and we should make it that way more. And I think that's something that we both learn through our experience, and also something new to me personally, because I always thought research is something very theoretical and very hierarchical as well. But actually, from the it's changed my mind. Like I thought that research could be something practical and very um under easy to for people to understand and relate to. So that is my experience. So I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it's super amazing that you know the experience you've been offered sort of through the honors program has shown you that research is maybe different than what you expect or what you associated with it before you did your internship. So I think that's also one of the big benefits of joining the program and doing a research internship is getting that experience and seeing what it is like and the potential of research, and especially the practical potential of it. So that's definitely one of the big benefits of joining the program.
Exactly. And speaking of which, how did you yeah, how did you find your internship and why did you decided to do this internship and also to join Emisco? What inspired you?
Yeah, I think in the beginning, all of us, not all of us, but maybe the majority was maybe not quite sure what to do yet. But we got quite a lot of help from the coordinators, which we
Yeah,
were super lucky with.
you're amazing.
Yeah, yes, for sure. And I, from the very start, since I started studying MySoc, I was always super interested in migration and the field of migration studies. So for me, it definitely, you know, that was something I was interested in, and I was looking to do an internship in that field, ideally. So I reached out to one of the coordinators of the program, Angelique Van Dam, and yeah, luckily she was on board right away, and she has many connections in the field and is also
Yes, yeah.
actively working in it. And I was super lucky that she offered me a place to learn, to experience, to gain more insight. So I was very lucky on that end. How about you?
That sounds great. And yeah, like our coordinators has been so helpful so far and they've been so nice. Um, so yeah, for me, I saw a list of yeah, the internship offered and but yeah, like I really has always been interested in the issue of diversity because of my own sexuality and my identity. So yeah, I just want to find research about identity, diversity, and inclusivity. So I was just searching online about what kind of research exists at Erasmus that's about that. So I found on the website, it's literally on the website that one of the biggest research is Vital Citizens, and they have a yeah theme on diversity, which is led by our professor Maria Skeller, which is yeah one of the professor of MySoc. So I just emailed her and said, hey, I'm really, really inspired by this research and I want to work for this research. And then yeah, yeah, and then because they weren't hiring students at that time because of COVID, but then yeah, yeah, I think I showed them I'm very, very enthusiastic. So they said yes, and we've been working together really well so far. So yeah, my experience that if you see something, just ask for it, and yeah, you never know if you're gonna get it or not, but just go for it, just try it, and you might get it. So that's one of the things I learned from it, and I'm so glad and grateful that I got this position. Yeah,
Yes, for sure. It sounds really cool. And I think, as you said, I think reaching out and sort of making the first move in that sense, I think is a great way to do it. And just sharing your enthusiasm and your
exactly.
passion for a project that's already going on.
Yeah,
And the chances are quite good that they always need someone to help out. And so both parties can benefit from it. That's definitely something I also learned from the process. You can always bring something to the table, no matter how experienced you are or not. So that's been super
exactly.
cool. But then, how was sort of your experience during the internship?
Well, yeah, that's a very good question because as you said, like as bachelor students who don't even, yeah, who took two courses about research, you in the beginning, of course, you would feel nervous and you don't know what you can actually contribute to the project. So yeah, I was very anxious in the beginning. I don't know what I can contribute and why am I here. So, but then yeah, like I had really good mentors, and they really gave me they gave me guidance first and told me what the research is about, and then yeah, they also gave me a lot of room to express my creativity and my views on what I can do. And then so yeah, then I started using my network and using a lot of yeah, doing a lot of literature review and the things that actually a lot of things that we learn in our normal course in university, the skills, and I was able to apply literature review skills, research skills on these actual research projects. And then it became really easy for me after a few weeks to do literature review and starting interviewing people. And yeah, and also, so yeah, from the beginning I was very nervous, but then it became something very normal as you start doing it to do research. So, and eventually I could, yeah, it became fun for me, to be honest. And yeah, I feel like I'm very good at it now, to be honest. That's my feeling. Yeah. What about you?
That's good to hear. No, I think for sure the same. I think my biggest fear was, you know, what can I even offer? Because the last thing that I wanted to do is, you know, sort of be someone to be dragged along, or, you know, someone who they have to explain something 4 times, and, you know, they could do anything more efficiently. And I don't know, that was sort of also my uh, perception of, you know, what are the experiences that I can actually bring to the table. But I think similar to what you said, my supervisor was so thankful for all the support I got, and the guidance. Um, so it was a fairly easy transition, and I think I did learn indeed that just have a bit of trust in yourself, and trust that you can adapt and learn, and you know, understand the process and the tasks, and then eventually get quite good at it, actually, even though it's quite a short time span you have for the project itself. So
Yeah,
yeah, I share quite a similar experience to you on that end.
I totally agree with you on that. And I think we really did learn a lot this year and from the internship, especially. And I personally felt like I have more of a vision of what I want to do and what I can do for the future. For example, I never thought about considering doing a PhD or being a researcher in the future, but after this year, yeah, I feel like research could be very empowering, very practical, very fun, and it could be creative as well. And yeah, it really it gives me satisfaction for doing it. So that's something that I might want to do further in the future. So this experience really changed me and enriched me. Yeah, what about you? Like, what's the main feeling, your main takeaway from this experience?
Also again, similar to yours, but I think additionally to, you know, developing this interest in academia, and potentially in the future even engaging more in it, thinking about my master's, thinking about my possibly a PhD, which is quite a bit in
Yeah,
the future, but still, I think even besides that, just uh, engaging with super inspiring people who do amazing work, and
yeah,
getting new ideas, making connections between topics. So for me personally, I was so lucky to talk to and connect with amazing people around topics of inequality, inclusivity, discrimination. Uh, so I've benefited way beyond, I guess, just those practical skills, which has been quite amazing, and something I definitely want to engage in the future. And I definitely want that to be something, um, I will keep in mind for the next couple of months, and for my future plans. So I think that's been amazing, but also I think this notion of, you can do it. Just give it a go, try it, and then see what happens. If you don't like it, then move on, do something else. If not, out of every experience you truly learn, and just believing that you're capable of quite a lot, maybe more than you sometimes think of yourself. But that's been one of the main takeaways. Just go for it, get the experience, and then you will always learn something from it.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you. It's like you really have to just step out of your comfort zone, and then you understand yourself, and then I think that's what we both experience. Like, yeah, especially for me, like research, like what is that even? But then now I'm kind of fallen in love with it. So it just proves that, like what you said, like you need to really, yeah, do it and try it and get out there, send emails on the internship you're passionate about, send emails to the professors or the coordinators that you want to work with, and then yeah, just get out there, get out of your comfort zone, and yeah, you understand yourself better even if you fail. And so I think that's a good takeaway, Leo. Like it's really about um, yeah, understanding yourself and your ability and empowering yourself.
Yeah,
So that's a good,
for sure.
yeah,
And also, I think being proactive about your future, and you can shape it yourselves. And I think in the context of you, especially, your interest in research, and obviously also my interest and passion for research, knowing that we can shape what research will look like in the future.
exactly.
I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a super exciting thought that we can really make an impact there, and maybe things that we see that might be a bit more problematic in the field, that is something we can proactively change in the future if we want to go in that direction. And yeah, so it's been quite amazing, and I think the honors program really gives you a stepping stone in the right direction if you're interested in really growing, putting yourself out there and figuring out what you want to do.
exactly. And yeah, I think we can both agree that it was just really pleasant experience being in on a program and in our internships. And yeah, I think we both grew a lot from it. Would you agree with that?
100%. Also, the people, everyone who joined us in the program, all the fellow honor students. I think it's been quite a privilege to meet all of them. And uh,
Yes, everyone has been so amazing, very proactive, very, very nice to each other, and very motivating. Everyone has their own passion and they're fighting for it. They're working hard, and yeah, and also the coordinators as well. They've been so amazing to us this whole year, despite COVID. They try to make it very nice for us. So I really appreciate that as well.
yes, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you for the conversation. I really learned a lot this year, and it was also so nice to meet you and to work with you, Leo.
Yes,
Yes,
for sure. I've been really enjoying it. Thank you for the talk, and I think we can invite everyone to listen the other episodes of the podcast. I think everyone has had such a unique experience. Everyone learned something else, so we can definitely recommend checking out the other episodes.
exactly. And yeah, welcome to join the honors program in the future. Yeah. Thank you for listening.